Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing good. So in today's video, we'll talk about political parties and political system. This is a part of comparative politics part, paper 2, part A. So we are well aware that political parties play a vital role in representative democracy. Scholars like Jayaprakash Narayan suggest that the partyless democracy is good. Why? Because it will lead to peace and stability. Because according to them, the parties are cause of conflict. If they're saying that parties are cause of conflict, it means they involved in the competition, and competition leads to conflict. Okay, and in today's environment, we can't imagine ourselves without parties, political parties. Like no government can function without political parties. So Lasky says that if there is no political party, we're definitely in a dictatorship. So what constitutes a political party? Like what how can we define the political party? So there are some different definitions given by different scholars. For example, Joseph Secampitta, what he says that party is a group whose member propose to act in concert in the competitive struggle for political power. So it is what they all it's all about gaining the political power. So they are a group of people who are acting together to acquire that political power. While there are scholars like A.H. Somji says that political parties are like linkage between society and policymakers and for policymakers and society. Okay, while the Indian like representation of people act define political party as means an association or a body of individual citizens of India registered with election commission. This is a simple definition. It only recognizes political party as a body of people which is registered with election commission. While Election Act of Canada defines political party as an organization, one of whose fundamental purpose is to participate in public affairs by endorsing one or more of its members as a candidate and supporting the elections. Okay, while Indian Representation Act has given a simple definition, the Election Canada Act has defined the duties of the political party. What it says that is the organization of one of the fundamental purpose is to participate. What is duty is participate in public affairs by endorsing one or more of its members as candidate and supporting the election. As Newman also has the same view as Somji, says that political party is a representative of social interest and act as a bridge between individual and society and between society and government, and success of the political party depends on the efficient working of parties. Now, as I earlier said, the party is a government is a vital principle of representative government. It makes us essential for us to study the ideology, social foundation, structure, and organization of the political party. Now, one famous classification is given by Duverger. According to him, there are three parties. One is traditional, second is mass parties, and third is intermediate parties. What are traditional parties or elitist parties? Traditional or elitist parties are those parties who do not believe in the masses. Like they don't have a cadre based system. Like they don't have a dedicated team to go and propagate their ideas. Their membership is limited to affluent people. So there are two types of elitist party. One is European type and another is American type. This is a classification given by the Duverger. So what is European type? The European type are like these political parties are supported by prominent and influential people around, and the party's prominent places are occupied by them. As I earlier said, they don't believe in the mass action. Their membership is limited to affluent people. In this system, European type, the local bodies like are strong and they have minimum control of central party organization. If you are talking about in hierarchy, in a triangular shape, this is at the top tier, and this down is local community, so they have minimum hold. Then this party are disciplined in the sense what the party can direct their legislatures to act or vote according to the party's position or the party's whip. Nowadays, because of rising competition, the membership is increasing but functioning is remaining the same. Now in American type, the American political parties are essentially election oriented. Why they are election oriented? Because election process of America is complicated, like it's very difficult to understand. So their major concern is like to propagate or to make aware about the election system. So they are essentially election oriented, and they are many times are led by sorry, the professional politicians. It's a pure capitalist society. Like if you have money, you are getting elected. So many of them, they are not democratically elected. There is no discipline. Like if there is no system like whip. The the legislature or congressman can either they can vote according their ideology. Means party doesn't have their own ideology. They can follow what they believe. And after that, the mass parties. Mass parties are the parties which are based on the common man support. They have rigid ideology and they are usually led by the strong leader. Example, socialist parties, communist party of China. Then comes intermediate parties. These are closer to mass parties. There are two types, that is indirect parties and parties in developing countries. Indirect parties are like first they were involved in some political functions and later on they converted into political parties. Example, AAP. They started with fight against corruption, Lokpal bill, and eventually get converted into political party. It is AAP. Then in Duerger's classification, it's very difficult to distinguish political system. So the Hitchner and Levine's classification has been followed. According to them, this is that the people are associated with one party or another on basis of their personal views, and party membership depends upon several social economic forces. And people, and there, other than that, there are different factors like class, economic interest, hereditary interest of the particular group. There are many things on which like party party membership is dependent. So they gives a pragmatic parties, doctrinal parties, and interest parties. As from the name suggests, pragmatic parties means they don't have any ideology or principles. They act according to the circumstances, not committed to any particular ideology. They adjust according to circumstances, and they are like they are under the control of influenced. They are more influenced by the leader and less by the party ideology. Example, American parties, British Conservative Party, Canada's Conservative Party, and India's Congress Party. See, earlier under Nehru, Indian National Congress Party has some different ideology than under Indira Gandhi has some different. The functioning of Indian National Congress was something different. But as we talk about the BJP, Bharatiya Janata Party, it has definite ideology. The leaders are changing, but the ideology is same. So what we'll call it doctrinal parties. Believe in certain principles and ideology. The policies are adjusted, but ideologies remain unaltered. Then interest-based parties. Interest-based parties, as the name suggests, they are focused on the interest of particular group. Example, Bahujan Samaj Party, that is committed to the upliftment of Dalits. Then Peasants and Worker Party of Maharashtra, who is in the working of upliftment of farmers and workers. Now we'll talk about the political system. Like, now what is political system? Political system can be defined as, it can be defined, or either it can be understood as, if this is a boundaries and this So whole this is a system, and these small things represent a political party. So the functioning of these political parties in one environment is considered as a political system. In that political system, parties compete and cooperate with the aim of increasing of their power in controlling the government. So there are different classification given by different authors. This elements classification is there. There are the authoritarian parties, there are dominant non-authoritarian party. Like in democratic countries, this means if they are enjoying absolute majority, that point of time that can be converted into dominant non-authoritarian. And competitive two parties, competitive multi-parties. India has seen competitive multi-party system. It has seen competitive two-party system, and India has also seen dominant non-authoritarian democratic party. Like for now, the BJP. Earlier, competitive parties like if we consider two groups about NDA and UPA into competitive party system, competitive multi-party system, we have like 40 electoral political parties competing with each other in the Lok Sabha election. Then there's one more classification given by Hitchner and Levine. But for us, what is important to study Duverger classification. So he said there are two party system. One is pluralist and one is one party system. In pluralist, there are two, like multi-party system and two party system, and one party system has one party system and dominant party system. Now from the names you can figure it out what they mean. In two party system is a part of modern democracy, and they are in competition. Either one is in first one if is in power, other will sit in the opposition. But if this thing goes on for very long, then they cease to exist as a two party system and it becomes a dominant party system. As for now, India is going through dominant party system. Multi-party system, there are many parties who are competing with each other, and it's good because it truly represents each and everyone in a democracy. One party system is usually found in the totalitarian states. Now all this are the views of liberal scholars. A Marxist concept of party is totally different. They think that party represents classes, and Marx was of the view that political parties, according to him, creates a hierarchy, and that goes against the idea of equality. And also, he considered the political parties represent a class interest. But when Lenin took up the charges, or even he became the prominent exponent of the Marxist, he didn't agree with the Marx and he floated his own theory. According to him, that party plays an important role. Of what important role does it play? It is important in propagating the ideas of Marxism. It helps to train the people the art of revolution, and it is an act as an instrument to destroy the capitalist order. And he is of the view that only such parties which have the full knowledge about Marxist ideas, communism, and those who can propagate the ideas of it and also train the people in the art of revolution, only they have the right to exist. Rest political parties has to be eliminated. He says that main objective of the parties is to protect the interest of proletariat. And Lenin was of the opinion that he was strongly believed in the party that he says that the party's position is similar to the military organization in proletariat struggle to secure power and its maintenance. So according to Lenin, it's the only political qualities that is only Communist Party can bring the proletariat dictatorship. Earlier, the Marx who believed in the capacity of the masses, Lenin didn't believe in the capacity of the masses, and according to him, that in today's capitalist society, we need a communist party who can propagate the ideas of communism, and then only we can bring the dictatorship of proletariat. So this is all about political parties. There is one more topic, that is what is the difference between political parties of Western countries and third world countries. So in Western countries, political parties are well matured. In West, political parties are well matured. Then there is the internal democracy. Then political funding. Is well defined. And third, their ideologies are getting diminished, like they are getting blurred, diminished, they are getting, ideologies are getting blurred. But in third world countries, the political parties are not still matured. Then there is no internal democracy, there is no political funding from the common people, and it political funding from the industrialists is considered as a taboo, or is considered as a corruption. Then there is a rise of rightist parties in third world countries. Okay, that's all. Thank you.